All right, let's take a look at where we left off last time. You can see that once I press play, it deactivates my shoe. Remember, we had to leave it active, otherwise it won't register it. It'll register a null reference exception, which means it's not in the scene if we don't have it. So there's our letter. And then the second we select one of these shoes, um, appears in the corner, and then once it's done, its duration ends. The next thing I want to do is the end of this level is I've mastered the idea. I understand now that that springy thing makes my shoes jump. But once I talk to this guy, it says, "Thank you for delivering the letter." I want a portal, this portal right here, to magically appear outside of here. So what I'm going to do is I've already imported in my portal image. Once you do that, make sure to mark it as a sprite 2D UI or it won't make the PNG part deactivated. And then inside of here, under level art, I'm just going to grab my portal and just drop it in here. And I'm going to place it all the way over here. I should have made this flatter. It stands out way. It's got too many highlights. Like everything else has this flat motif. I made this with too many. I should have redone it without the highlights. Really, to be honest with you, all I'm going to do is like grab that color and I would just erase out all the white. But for now, it's there. And let's go ahead and make a script. Let's see inside of here. And I guess we can make this, create a folder and just call this objects, I guess. I thought I had an object script. And this is just interactable objects versus power-ups and stuff. And I'm going to create a C# script here. And I'm going to call this portal script or just portal. And I'm going to select my portal and just drag. Sorry, I want to select it here because if I click in the scene, it might grab my canvas. I want to select my portal and just drop that portal script in there. And let's go ahead and open up this portal script. All right, so here is our portal script. Let's start at the top. You have to add this using Unity Engine.Scene Management. If you remember, we used this before to click a button to load a level. And then inside of this portal, I just made a public string and then whatever you want to name your next level scene. So, I'm actually going to just copy this. And then remember we talked about in class, or if you read some of the stuff I've written in our LMS, that you want to pick interesting names for your levels. They later end up becoming the names inside of like manuals or game guides online. So you want to pick something cool and intriguing for your level. Now this is pretty basic. We've done this before. If we walk into this trigger in our, remember this script is on our portal. If the character, which is a player, jumps in there and our quest manager .instance.current quest status is the same as completed. Remember, we set this up so that when we talk to our king, our status becomes completed. We can load the next level. And actually what we should do is once that's active, we should update this script. Now that I think about it, let me pause the video and add the code. I'm going to update it so that once our quest is completed, we set this thing to active. So that's partly going to be, we're going to need a start method in here. And if you recall, if we look at our, let's see, jump power up, do you remember we added, or no, was it our power up controller? We added a start method. Yeah, and we just did jump power up icon that's set active to false. What we're going to do is, because we already have access to this door, we're just going to set this thing to the set active to false on here. All right, so we'll do that. Let me go ahead and save it, and we'll take a look at how this works. And then what I think I'm going to do is, here, let's go back to Unity really quick. Let's look, if you look over here, now when I press play, it should deactivate it right away. See, now it's gone. And so, but what I'm thinking is, I got a little too antsy there. Is because the quest manager really does monitor whether something is complete or not. So I go in here and now our quest is set to complete. If we go to quest manager here, it's set to complete. Let's go ahead and just update our quest manager so that we're going to be using that portal a lot. Because at the end of every level, we're just going to have it open that portal. So I'm going to do public game object portal, and maybe we can do like a cool shader or like a cute, we can write a cool shader where we have like an animated rotating portal. But for now, we're going to just say, hey, let's grab that portal And so in our quest manager, we now have access to that portal. I'm going to grab my portal object, drop it in there, and we could make a portal prefab, like an object here, because we're starting to add scripts to it, so it's probably a good idea. So inside of our quest manager, we have our portal object. Let's save this. And then let's go back to that script, and let's just do something very simple that if this is not equal to null, then we'll set our portal to active once we complete we meet the king. All right, so if you remember, we have a start quest and we have a complete quest here. All I have to do is this sets it to complete. I just got to drop another if statement. Oh, you know what? Yeah, sorry. I wrote that out for door. I meant portal. There we go. So if our portal is not equal to null, we're going to set our portal equal to true. And remember, this is when complete quest is called. So it'll call this if statement, set it as complete, and then it'll just make that portal activated. Let's see if that works. So I'm going to press play here. And we meet our princess. Please deliver this letter to the king. Have you delivered it yet? Grab both of these. It should give me some really good hops. And then we get to the king, and boom, our portal appears, you can see. And we really should make it, maybe we could do the invoke or the delay, right? So that portal appears a bit later, you know? Now, here's the thing. We want this, remember in our portal script, we have some functionality built in here, right? We have next level name, right? So we got to make a level. We set this at the beginning to false. And then inside of here, we have a on trigger enter. If our player is there and we are set to complete, we can load next level. So it calls load next level. So it loads in our next level name here. And but the only way to do that is we have to actually collide into that portal. We have to jump into that portal. So let's set that up too. So I'm going to go to File, Build Settings here. And what I'm going to do is, let's see, our next level scene name. I'm going to make sure that's copied. I'm just going to duplicate level 01 here. And you know what? I'm just going to name this level 02. I think I'm overcomplicating it. So I'll copy this. Here's level 02. And then on my portal, I'll just paste level 02 in here. And then for level 02, let's save this. Now I'm in level 02, and I know that because if I look up at the top, it says level 02 here. And let's actually drag level 02 underneath a level 01 or it won't work. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete the princess. Well, I guess I could leave the princess. Well, I'm just trying to show you how to load another level. So let's just stack some princesses on top of each other. So these are like these. And I'll save that. And let's go run through our entire game from the main menu. And let's press play. And start game. And I'll pick TJ. And oh, I forgot that Sally's in level 01. Sorry. Let's delete Sally. Let's save this. Let's go back to CSS main menu. Let's press play. Start game. Oops, selected Sally again. Got my quest. Let's grab this shoe and then this other shoe. And then you got me. Too short. But let's see if I can coax him into jumping off the cliff. All right, so back over here. I got my letter. I need to drop it off at the king. I'm going to wait a little bit, let my camera catch up. Boom. Now let's see if I can make it to the portal. Oh, you know what? We forgot something. Let's go back to our, I hope, pause it and see if you could figure out why I wasn't able to load. But remember, we need a box collider 2D trigger. And I think because, let's duplicate this again. And let's put this here. And this one will give a little bit longer of a duration to give people time to, maybe a little higher jump force. I know I'm spoon feeding the player, forgive me. Let's save this. Let's press play. So we get a little bit more jump force so that I make sure that they can make it to the portal, and then the duration's a little longer on that one. Because remember, each one of these we can set different duration if we want to. All right, so let's play. So here we go. Come on, let me play. Oh, It's not going to play. We have to start from the beginning. So CSS main menu, press play. Start game, and I'll select TJ. This poor guy doesn't get enough. Please deliver the letter to the king. All right, I will do that. Let's grab both of these, and then boom, got over you. Ah, no, I didn't. All right, almost there. This mushroom's got me. All right, I escaped him. Boom. Portal appears, and now, boom, I jumped into the portal, and here I am. I'm on level 2. Yes, thanks for delivering the letter. You're welcome. The other thing is, let's just make sure in level 02 here that Sally is not in here. She's in all of the games. All right, that's it for this tutorial. We've created a way to get to the next level. And if you wanted to, you really could just make an end and make it one level long. But start thinking about ways to improve it, game design stuff, find other art on the internet, or if you're an artist yourself, start drawing the backgrounds and stuff. We're going to do one more section on just animation, but your final project is really going to be to pick one thing, meet with me, and how you would spruce up this game.